Is that going to be good? My brother in Christ. What do we think? Can we manipulate this a little bit? Oh, there it is. I think I like that a little better. Okay. Check it out. Check it out. Okay. What we got today? Huh? Uh-oh, too much light. All right, man. Let's get into business here, okay? Oh, so, shit, I forgot something. Hold on, man. Hold on, you can't forget this. I'm going to tell you why. You can't forget this, okay? This is my boy right here. I call him Marcus. He's named after one of the great philosophers of the ancient world. He was a Roman emperor. Can you guess who it was? This is my boy. Can't forget this, homie. Death. Can't forget death. Okay? This isn't enough light. So here's what we need. I'm going to put my flashlight over here. Okay, wait. Is there maybe I can put him on a grave here. Yeah, just like that. Oh, come on. It's a little dark. It's a little spooky. I also forgot a chair. So I do want to apologize to the spirits that are here, to the ghosts that are here. I'm probably huffing and puffing. I should keep my... I noticed that in the introduction video. Fucking breathing heavy because it's cold and I'm moving around. So I'm going to do this. Shit. Think that's good enough? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to have to project my voice. Okay? Next step, peep game. Let me do this real quick. All right? Check it out, bitch. Ooh. Chill out, man. Chill out. See, this is what happened last time. When I was driving here, the oil lamp tipped over. And I think too much oil got on the wick. Anyways, what's going on here? Okay? This is the first real episode of Dr. Snowleopard's Cemetery Talk Show. Okay? I have some, as you can see, I got my skull here. I call him Marcus, as I mentioned. I got my lantern. I think that sucker's going to go out again in just a second. Oh my God. Sorry, the headlamp was on. Probably too much, right? Okay, so here's the deal. What am I thinking? Here? Folks, this is a values-based action. That's what they call it in therapy. This is a values-based action. Me being out here right now. Oh, we don't need that over here. Okay, I've been wanting to do little YouTube videos for a long time now. And so that's what we're doing here. This is my little talk show. I got my MacBook here. The reason I have my MacBook is because some friends on Substack and some dude I met on Instagram sent me some stories, and I'm going to read them out to you. But before we do that, remember, you must die. Okay? I was talking about Marcus Aurelius. I call this skull Marcus. He's going to be one of my props, okay, for this show. We only get one life, as far as we know, at least. I mean, I don't know. Supposedly, this place is haunted. There could be ghosts. Maybe we get some kind of afterlife, but we're not really sure about that. I mean, you can't really be 100% about that. I don't know. Some people think they are 100% sure about that. But you don't know. So, you don't know for sure. Most of us don't know for sure. I don't think anyone knows for sure. But might as well do something good with your life. And if you're gonna, assuming this is the only one that we have, you might as well do something good. And by good, I mean you should try to be a good human being, Not just like have fun, YOLO, haha. No, listen here, Goofy. Um, listen here, Bozo the Clown. Okay, live a good life. Don't just live a fun life. Live a good life. There's a lot of despair in this world. There's a lot of pain and suffering. Okay, um, try to alleviate some of that. Be a good person. Do nice things. It's called Memento Mori. Okay, this is what the Stoics called it. Remember, you must die. So while you're here, live a good life. That's my message for today. That's all I really have to say for now. So, like I said, um, some people sent me some stories. Oh shit! I just realized I'm such a dumbass idiot. Am I gonna have to do a Wi-Fi hotspot? This is hilarious. See, this is why I was gonna bring paper. I literally said I need to print out what people send me. All right, let me pause and think about what I'm gonna do. Hold on a minute. Pull out the headlamp. Badge. All right, so here's the deal. There's a risk that all of my devices will die out here, including my phone, including this lantern. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. Okay. Shit. All right. Give me a minute, man. Give me a minute to figure this shit out. Am I really such an idiot? Anyway, chats. Perfect. All right. Up and running. Don't play games with me. I'm serious. Um, we're going to read some stories from people, and I'm going to hope to God that my phone doesn't die while I'm doing this, right? Because I had to do the hotspot shit and whatever. I need to just print stuff out. Here's the thing, man. Here's another life lesson for you, okay? I don't know. Don't take advice from me. You don't have to take advice from me. But if you're going to do something, just do it. And it doesn't have to be perfect, right? So I don't even have all the props that I want. I'm sitting on a tombstone. Sorry, spirits. Sorry to the ghosts that are out here. I'm sorry. Sorry, bro. It's a broken tombstone. I don't have this I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to have some fun, okay? I've been wanting to do this. Um, and so we're making videos, and I don't really care if it's perfect or not. All right, I don't even know how well you can see this stuff. I actually might put my headlamp. We might even add a little extra light here, because that's a good. Look at that, man. Look at that. Oh shit! How can I? I'm literally using flashlights and stuff. Okay. Is that too much glare? Is that going to be too much glare? How does it look on the camera? Actually, that looks pretty good. I told you the lamp was going to go out. Ooh, I made this mistake last time. Too much oil in the lamp. Anyways, here we go. First thing we got here, Cameron River. I'm going to link all these people, their substacks and whatever, below. Okay. This one's pretty short. So Cameron River sent me something. He said, I don't know how good of a reader I am, or an orator, you know? Should I do that again? Maybe we should do it take two. Let me try this again. Let me, like I'm a narrator, okay? Because I feel like I'm all scatterbrained today too, okay? In case you couldn't tell. Something mildly funny that happened. I'm taking this online class that is supposed to teach healthy failure. For one of the challenges, I was supposed to barter for my next meal using only a bag of Starbursts. This I did successfully in an airport. I approached two strangers and acquired a cheese stick and a side of fries, although they seemed to be out of pity as they just gave them to me. I gave them each a courtesy Starburst. After that, I bargained with an Auntie Anne's employee, asking, how many Starbursts is one pretzel worth to you? She replied, all of the pink ones. I shook on it to close the deal, separated each pink one, and she actually gave me two pretzels. Finally, I did the same thing with the store clerk for a bottle of pickle juice. He wanted the whole remaining bag, though. Not a great deal, but I was running out of time for the challenge, so I took it. But anyways, this is going to require a lot of editing and stuff, isn't it? But I don't care. So, that is kind of funny, though. If you think about it, there was a time in history when people would just trade things for other things pretty frequently. This man actually managed to get, what did he say? One pretzel. He got 2 pretzels out of some Starbursts from an actual employee at an Auntie Anne's. Back in the day, you used to, if you needed like clothes, you could just hand somebody a musket and they'd give you clothes, stuff like that. But now everything's about the holy dollar, whatever they call it these days, bread, money. So this is fun. This is kind of funny. It's not like fall out of your chair funny, you know what I'm saying, or fall out of your tombstone funny. But it is pretty funny that he experienced that, and I appreciate him sending that in for this video. Yeah, that is nonetheless interesting. I kind of want to test this myself, actually, though. I kind of want to see if I can trade things with people. See what I can get. I just heard something. That's crazy. There's a farmer up right now. There's a farmer that is up right now. He's probably thinking, what is this asshole doing in this cemetery? Anyways, thank you, Cameron, for sending that in. That's a very interesting experience you had. As a reminder, please send me stories you want me to read. It can be about anything, but the main 3 topics I'm interested in for the purpose of these videos is 1, a paranormal experience you've had, 2, something extremely funny that's happened to you, or 3, a challenge in your life that you have overcome and you want to share about. With that said, this last one was a funny one. Now we're going to read a story by Elias Beamish, and he told me that this was a dream that he had, and this is actually on his Substack. I will, again, link Elias Beamish. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it appears to be Beamish. I will link his Substack down below, so you can read it. This is actually on his Substack, and this is a dream that he had. So I'm going to do my best to narrate these. I don't think I'm a very good narrator, but we're going to try. So again, Elias Beamish, dream. Here we go. Where was I? It was Let's try that again. Where was I? It was a large building, far too few decorations. It looked and felt like a half-closed down mall, with large, shockingly empty rooms and hallways that weren't really hallways, but extensions of communal space. Few people hung around, and those that did seemed aimless. Rather than shops, there were classrooms and office spaces. The architecture was jagged, but reminiscent of a college. I carried a backpack, yet had certainly by now aged out of high school. All the same, I carried the supplies. I walked with a friend, with brown hair down to her back and a blue streak in front. We didn't talk, but we walked comfortably slow. We wandered, no less aimless than anyone we passed. The campus, the office building, whatever it was, yawned ahead and curved out into darkness. There were windows, but it was cloudy out, and the room was so large that even with ample overhead lighting, shadows clung to the corners like cobwebs. I felt a sickening dread as I feared to meet whatever spider made them its home. Soon enough, after losing our way twice, we supposed that we had found our room. The left wall arced, and the ceiling sloped away from it. Fluorescent lights hummed, but their hue was annoyingly yellow. To the outside, there sprawled a massive parking lot with few cars. The clouds were light and pleasant, but still kept back the sun. Setting our backpacks down at our sides, we found some chairs and sat. No one else came by to stay, but several wandered through and around. It was apparently a productive day, and we were very successful in our waiting. We chatted. I longed for a better connection with her, and knew it would not come. Then the time came to leave. and we put back our miscellanea that had kept us occupied, zipped up the bags, and I stood and paced while she struggled to put everything in the right spot, though I was in no rush. Towards the front of the room, I saw a door, a very normal wooden door with a very normal handle, all of the normal size and color, um, all of normal size and color, which put it in marked contrast from every other gateway in the building. I meandered over to it. To my right was a grand hallway with no lights on. To my left, the windows and the opening to another walking chamber leading out of the room. Along the same wall was the door. I opened it and flicked the light switch. It was just storage, filled with extra little needed office and janitorial supplies. What's in there? My friend asked. Nothing, I replied, leaning my head over my shoulder. Turning back to turn off the lights, my eyes turned wide and my feet made to turn and run. This room was different now. Similar composition, but a different number of shelves. Similar items, but in different positions. The room now appeared narrower, but longer. Wordlessly, I entered, and my pulse immediately pounded across my temples. I wasn't meant to be here. Nothing living was meant to be here. This was a place of scourge. This isolated, mundane room was an unholy memorial and its trespasser, and I its trespasser. Really like the writing, by the way. I threw up, and when I looked up, the room had changed yet again, shifting around its contents, eggs in a pan. The back wall was gone, replaced with another room. I rushed back to the door, slamming into a blank wall. It felt eager. It felt angry. I could hardly pick myself off the ground. The rooms kept going, the back walls all giving way to something else, all different, but essentially the same. To the end of my vision, the rooms were no longer so mundane. Details were wrong. Items upside down, odd colors, shelves too narrow for what they held. I frantically looked around me, and at every moment I saw an object. When I would look away and then look back, it would be different. There was no object permanence. I scanned over every part of my body I could. My backpack was gone. My clothes had changed colors and material. Something gripped my chest and paralyzed me. My lungs shuddered as they refused my brain's plea to breathe. The rooms at the end of the line began to spin around dizzyingly, and tremors ran through the walls like muscle contractions. Excuse me. Damn. Darkness swelled. I looked back at the wall, then back to the rooms, to the wall, to the rooms, wall, rooms, wall, rooms. Every time, the drywall had different marks, different stains, different brushstrokes over it. If I could. Hey, my friend yelled. What did you find? The door was open. The great terror that overwhelmed every sense of my being evaporated at once. I hardly remembered that I was even afraid, much less what it could have been of. I put the strap of the back of the sorry. I put the strap of the pack back over my shoulder and walked out. The air was far less humid out here. Nothing, I yelled back. I looked back into the room. It had changed again, but now I was outside it and could appreciate the mystery. I looked away and looked back, and it was different again. I closed the door. The light spied through the bottom. I turned away and turned back. I turned away and turned back. I turned away and turned back, and the light was off. So we walked out, the day about to come to a close. So I read this when he sent it to me. Dude, if this is your dreams, and I need to read more of this guy's stuff, but if this is his dreams, like, obviously that's kind of scary. So basically, like, he's in a weird building, right? He's going through it. He finds a janitorial closet, and then it's like shifting and changing, and like it's like nightmarish, to be experiencing that. Like every time you look away and look back, um, the room is like shifting, and it's like dizzying and confusing and nauseating almost. If this is a dream you had, dude, as kind of scary as that seems, that's also like a really, like, you must be, I would imagine, a very creative person for your brain to come up with something like this, because this reads like like that whole idea reads like a really like a creepypasta, you know, like a good internet horror story. Um, because it's like kind of simple, and it's not like, I guess it's not like a super nightmarish. He escapes it in the end, but it's like simple but really bizarre and frightening in a way, to just be in a place and then all of a sudden it be in a place like a scary place like I'm in right now. I just heard something behind me. Anyways, um, yeah, that's just a really weird. That's a bizarre dream. Kind of cool in a way, though. It's like it's cool that you had that dream in a way, um, or that this writer had that dream. Um, I don't know if he'll see this. I'm gonna send this to him, but yeah, very cool, very spooky, um, fascinating story. Elias Beamish, thank you for sending that to me. Um, Crazy dreams, dude. Dreams can be crazy. Now the next here, now here's the deal. Okay, gravestones are not comfortable to sit on. I gotta stand a second. There are cars out here. You know, one day I am thinking like, I get kind of worried I'm gonna come out here and some like redneck is gonna pull up and be like, "My family's buried here," and like point a gun at my head and be like, "My family's buried here. What are you doing?" You know, and fucking blow my head smooth off. I think that's scarier than ghosts. Like a hillbilly with a gun, or just any, honestly, people. Like that's the thing, is I used to for real ghost hunt like in abandoned psych wards or like abandoned hospitals and stuff. And the thing you dread far more than anything paranormal is a human being, because why is a human being hanging out in an abandoned mental hospital? You know, um, terrifying, terrifying. Um, Especially don't want. I mean, you know, you find a homeless guy out in a place like that, it's rough. It is rough, dude. Like he's got to be down on his luck to be at the abandoned asylum rather than at the homeless shelter. And you know, you find a homeless guy out there, he's not well. I'll tell you that much. You do not want to see a homeless dude in a spooky place like that. Anyways, I just went on a tangent. That happens. That's gonna happen sometimes. All right, check it out. Next one, Uncle Diogenes. I love you, man. I love you, Unc. Um, I'm kind of nervous to read this because Uncle Diogenes is a really good writer. I've read a good amount of his stuff, and he's also on Substack. Down below, down below. I'm a YouTube guy now. Down below, whatever. He writes really good stuff, and the way he writes is very, very unique. I've not encountered a lot of writers, a lot of works quite like him. He's got this cadence and a voice to his writing that is just fascinating. So I'm gonna try my best to do it justice. I'm almost thinking I may want to any if I review this video and I don't really quite like my narration of these stories. Um, I may I may do another take, but I'm gonna try not to do that. I'm gonna have to edit this video anyways a little bit, but I'm gonna try my best to narrate this as well as I can. I can have a few errors, okay, but um, I don't want to muck it up too much. Okay, I'm practicing being a narrator, I guess, or whatever. Okay, so anyways, this is Uncle Diogenes. He's also on Substack, really good writer. Um, this one is, he calls it "Protecting Gang Kids from Tiny Hulk Smoke" for Dr. Snowleopard. Thank you, Hunk. Okay, so our tale of wannabe gang member tomfoolery begins at a millennial gay McDonald's. I'd say gray, but those are my morals, and I will not permit these performative crotch grabbers to wear my culture as their saggy pants costume. It starts with, yeah, fuck Spokane, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. My dear friend, let's call him Bailey, was lamenting his relationship troubles to your beloved degenerate uncle. Playing the therapist, homie, as is my custom, of course not by choice but by temperament, For this fraternal fraternization, I wasn't there to bestow advice. Your dog was there to listen and perked ears. I just don't think she's the person that I fell in love with. It's like it's like she hates that person. Bailey plays with his straw, making the airy suction noise a straw makes when you fuck the lid with its tubey partner. It's like she hates what we made her become. Muzak played. I do love some Muzak. Then something produced by Max Martin. Then another depressing story about gendered unfairness. Then the silence of, we're done here. I almost said goy. My boy grabbed his chrome bag, the brand, not the color. I grabbed whatever shitty piece of shit JanSport I used back in those freshly dropped out of university days. 3, maybe 4 tables down, there were these street kids, torn, dirty bluish shirts, pocket change attached to embroidered wallets. May as well have been True Religion brand, but more likely Ross knockoffs. 2 Latino, 1 white, all spoke with West Coast black accents. Their conversation was loud, skipping the day at school loud, breakfast club library voice loud. I guess some guy fucked this kid's cousin. It was never made clear to me. Regardless, on our way out the door, Bailey tried his hand at small talk consolation. Yeah, fuck Spokane, accompanied by some charming little middle fingers. This was not taken as endearing by these street punks. Bro, what the fuck did you say? The Mickey D's doors burst wide open like their pants zipped behind Bailey's and I. Oh, like their pants zippers behind Bailey and I. I'm actually doing pretty good, I feel like. Let me know. Uh, there are fucking coyotes out here, dude. I might be chopped meat. Anyways, uh, where was I? The Mickey doors. Okay, bro, what the fuck did you say? The Mickey D's doors burst wide open like their pants zippers behind Bailey and I. First, we're startled, but quickly, my silver tongue and Bailey's street savvy kick in, albeit now too late. That's my fucking sister you're talking about, man. Off-white guy gets in Bailey's face. Yeah, bro, that's my fucking cousin. In our fucking city, bitch. We on gang, watch. Insert maybe the N-word or Mexican slur memory escapes me. And again, we on gang, watch. What gang? Asked our guileless Bailey. Crips. Definitely an N-word. The smallest the smallest one proudly replies, "This our city, bro. You don't talk to gangsters like us like that." The more someone has to tell you they're gangster, the more you know it's the case. I try to chime in with, "Hey guys, we don't want any trouble." He gets cut off. Then the knives come out. Folders, shitty ones. Still dangerous though, probably as sharp as our assailants. One's maybe a Bear Grylls Gerber from Fred Meyer. Excuse me. Presumably stolen. Then a silverless Kershaw, and one you'd find in the 80s in an 80s dad's toolbox. Whoa, boys, boys, boys. I attempt chiming again, but again ignored as the escalation commenced. Drop the fucking bag and walk, pointing with his partially serrated blade at Bailey. Bailey knuckles go from pink to white on his bike's U-lock. He about to kill this kid. He's done this before. My boy Bailey was known by the local community as Tiny Hulk. Guy was maybe 5'7", maybe 160 tops, but homie had hands like a Hindu god and wielded that U-lock like Thor's hammer. Even 3v1, I would have put my money on Bailey, but I had a wedding to get to in the morning and didn't want to spend a night in jail for beating the fuck or getting the shit kicked out of me by some kids. Now my silver tongue needed to be split like a snake's to de-escalate not only these hot-headed gang-watched children, but also to ensure my buddy stayed Bruce Banner. Did I read that right? Wait. Oh, I kind of zoned out, my bad. Now my silver tongue needed to be split like a snake's to de-escalate not only these hot-headed gang-watched children, but also to ensure my buddy stayed Bruce Banner. Okay. I thought quickly on my feet and started passing out cigs. This disarmed them a bit, as another man lighting your cig is a type of instant rapport to street folks like us. However, with their blades in hand, they remained very much armed. Shaking their hands at us, they mockingly threatened stabs, and mimed throat slitting. I turned to Bailey. Bailey, brother, please. We're adults, and these are fucking kids. I lower my voice. Even if we win this fight, we get arrested, my guy. Bailey angrily spat on the ground to his right, but loosened his grip on the U-lock. I turned to the gang squirts. Guys, gentlemen, we cool? Latino bandito over here says, yeah, we cool. Hits the cigarette like a joint. You cool, but fuck your friend. Knives come back out. The three get much, much closer. Bailey grunts, aggressively sniffs. We're losing, Bruce. The monster begins to rear its greenish face, but in our case, a rush of red blood to Bailey's now Eye of Sauron crimson face. Bailey, don't, bro, please. Fuck these kids. Yeah, fuck you too. I'll fucking kill you. Drop the bag and walk. Yeah, drop the bag. Mike, they're not going to shut the fuck up until they rob us. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now we're walking. They're shouting at us still. 2 blocks, 3 blocks. This has been going on for over 40 minutes. We're making such a scene that we're approached by missionaries. Missionaries! Holy shit. I thought, fuck it, God. Let's see a miracle. One of them was an aged man, probably their pastor, and he gave them the classic "what real men are like" talk. That worked for about 5 minutes until they came hollering after us again. More cigarettes, more guys, guys. But the knives are put back and Bailey's face veins are slowly fading. Receding, whatever. Finally, we're by the waterfront, and I tell Bailey we should enter what Spokane calls a club and get rid of these punks for good. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to keep up with the story, but I just heard it again. Oh, this is really an uncomfortable seat. This is kind of crazy. I didn't know you were. You know, that you were experienced with such crazy things, Unc. This is pretty wild. Okay. I just had to adjust and also make sure that coyotes weren't going to come kill me. Okay, so they're at the club. Okay, so they got accosted. They're at a Mickey D's. They get accosted by some young ruffians, harassed and threatened. Make sure this thing is still on. And then they're walking around, and a priest tries to chill these buffoons out on the street. And now they're going to a club. Okay, so anyways, however, as we enter, okay, so they're at a club. However, as we enter the darkened lobby with our shouting friends, we appear to be just that, friends. The bouncer kicked us out immediately without even bothering to gaze at our IDs. In retrospect, of course, I blame the guy. Sorry. In retrospect, of course, I can't blame the guy. We radiated troublemaker energy. The main talker is now playing with his knife, and the other two holding theirs in their pockets. I tried diplomacy one last time. Guys, I'm going to a wedding tomorrow. I don't want blood on my shirt. And if y'all don't kill me, my girlfriend will for fucking up our plans. It kind of worked. Yeah, man, you're cool as fuck. We still gonna take your friend's bag, though. God damn it. Then epiphany. Wild dogs. Goddamned wild dogs. Wild Dogs was a beer and brat type of bar. It was also close by. It was also our local cyclist bar. It was a Saturday night. Everyone would be there. We could West Side Story these bitches. And we did. Upon entering the bar, things got real quiet like a Western movie cantina. And without much explanation, the entire bar, and I mean the entire bar, bartender included, came out to push these guys off of us. Our 3 stooges of the crypt shouted angrily in frustration and accosted a couple of the nearby Rite Aid before storming off. I didn't get mugged. Bailey kept his bag, and my ex-girlfriend snuck a flask into that dry wedding the next day. Moral of the story is, if you don't want the smoke, give them a smoke. I'm getting a call right now. Maybe I gotta see. Shit, I gotta see how good I am at narrating these. Oh fuck. I gotta see how good I am. But you know what? This is a trial run, guys. I'm trying my best out here, okay? I actually am surprised the lamp is still going at all, though. Anyways, Unc, thank you for the story. Uncle Diogenes. I don't know how good I did the justice of reading this story out, so I'm gonna include all these people that shared stories. I'm gonna include their content and whatnot. I hate the word content, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm gonna include their content below. Uncle Diogenes, great writer. That was a funny little story. Pretty crazy that he got uh, harassed and bothered by a bunch of buffoons for it sounds like a long time. Like, also, bro, it's kind of crazy that like you're gonna threaten somebody and be like, you know, with fucking knives in their face and everything, and then not really be about it. It sounds like, based on this story, like, how are you're gonna follow somebody for however long these guys were following them and like yelling at them, and then not actually do anything. So bunch of hooligans, I will say. Sounds like he was accosted by some hooligans. Did I use that word right? Is it even accosted? Is that the word I'm thinking of? Approach and address boldly or aggressively. Yes. To approach and address someone boldly or aggressively. I use that kind of correctly, right? He was being accosted by some ruffians. Him and his homeboy Bailey. That's pretty wild. You know, I don't know if I've ever been accosted quite like that. I've had some pretty crazy stories. I should share some of my. I didn't even think about that. I do actually have a lot of stories I can tell that I think would be interesting. Dude, I could probably write a memoir. I know a lot of people say that, but I'm telling you, I've had some wild things happen in my life. Anyways, is that it? Is that it? Check out Marcus. Remember, you must die. Okay, live a good life, folks. That's the lesson for this episode. I guess this is the first real episode. I got my table. I'm in the cemetery. It is cold as a bitch. I should have first of all brought an actual chair. That was my first screw up. Is I didn't bring a chair. I forgot the chair. I have some more props I want to get. I might even get like an actual like a little tablecloth for this. You know, this lantern, I'm still figuring it out. I think actually the wick is stuck. I think there's more wick down here. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, I don't know. I think the wick is stuck, but either way, oop, shit. It's working, kind of. So this is the first real episode I've done. I'm all over the place. Again, I don't know what I'm doing with this. I'm gonna stand for the remainder of this. I'm about to close it out. But yeah, I want to tell stories, have a good time, talk about whatever I'm thinking about life or whatever. That's kind of what this is going to be about. I kind of just like like I say today. I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna film the next episode of this, and that's what's happening. I'm here. I don't have all this stuff ready to go. I forgot my chair. I want some more props for my table. I probably didn't do a very good job narrating those stories that the people sent me. Thank you guys for sending that in. I really appreciate it. I might see if I can edit this to make it sound a little better. I don't know. We'll see how bad it is. But you don't have to wait till everything's perfect, man, to start doing whatever you want to do. If you've got an idea, man, whoever might see this video, if you have an idea, just start doing it. Like I say, I'm not fully prepared out here, but I'm here anyways. That's the point, and I'm glad that I'm here. I hope that also this has been recording really well. Kind of want to before we get out of here, the introductory video, I feel like I did not do a very good job kind of showing the cemetery. My laptop is like frozen right now, so I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hope and pray. Fuck, I'll put this back on here. I'm gonna hope and pray that it's not like totally screwed up because it's cold out. Either way, winter in Michigan is no joke. Actually, this winter's been pretty brutal. But before we get out of here, last for the introductory video where I was just standing, I wanted to do a tour of the cemetery, but I definitely did not have enough light. Now I have a headlamp, my phone light. This lantern is, this lantern's pretty much done. But so I'm gonna just do a quick lap, real quick here, and then we'll get out of here. Okay. But let me get my headlamp here. All right. So we're gonna do a little tour. See now. Let me get you closer. So I got a little table here. The freaking lamp, my laptop, and Marcus. I'm gonna call him Marcus after Marcus Aurelius, R.I.P. Now we got some freaking light, dude. Now we got some light. Don't see that. We don't need to see my car. I drive a hoopty, bro. Check it out. This place is for real, man. It is spooky as all hell, and it's supposed to be haunted. Literally, as I was pausing this video and going to start a new video, I heard like a fucking screech behind me. I don't know if I even believe in ghosts or not, but I presume that was just a bird, but it kind of scared the hell out of me. I don't know, though. I don't know what kind of fucking bird is out here right now that's awake. So anyways, yeah, man, this place is legit. I hope to one day have a paranormal experience. I'm sure that sounds crazy, but I do kind of want evidence of the paranormal, because I don't really know what I believe in, but I know that it's always fascinated me. Look at this big tree, dude. And that's the thing, is that, look at that over yonder. There's the city lights. You can tell that's where the light pollution is that way. Over here, can't see nothing. If I had a better camera, maybe you can see all the stars, but you can't. Yeah, no, this place is spooky, obviously, but again, hardly any light pollution. So like tonight, it's not super starry, but there are some nights you come out here and it is like beautiful. Actually, check this out. I was like, what the frick is this? So you will see. I don't want to. I feel weird about also filming some of the graves because it's like some of these are recent graves. I don't know. Is this ethic? Is there an ethical problem with me doing this show? Let me know. Is this weird? Should I not be bothering the dead? I'm gonna be honest though. I come out here all the time. I've been coming out here a long time. I used to ghost hunt here and whatnot. Try and find ghosts. But yeah, no, it's a cool place though. So my apologies to the spirits if I am bothering you. I don't want to bother the dead. Let's see here, real quick. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell. What does that say? 1845? See, some of these graves are old as shit. All right. I don't know, man. I'm just talking. Just talking, man. Look at this big old spooky tree. Such is life. We're out here. We're gonna close this out. We're gonna call it a day. Call it a night, I guess. Not a day, because it is nighttime. So, anyways, let me turn off these lights here. I want to thank you to whoever might see this for joining me tonight at the Haunted Cemetery for Dr. Snowleopard Cemetery Talk Show. I'm figuring it out, man. I'm figuring it out. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to have some fun. And I've wanted to do YouTube videos for a while, so we're doing it. You know, might not be great, might not be anything too crazy, but I think it's a fun time. I'm enjoying myself doing this. So, yep, I am grateful to you for joining me for this episode, the first real proper episode of Dr. Snowleopard's Cemetery Talk Show. And the song of the night is Two Step by Derby. Thank you.
In the Texas heated glowing sky, spotlight like this. And when the two-step spins you